You would not believe how many times that ladder's come in handy. Why ladders do not come standard in all offices is completely nonsensical. Now then, here for my alibi, I assume.
Oh, he's fucking way ahead of us. Actually.
Another murder? Drunk Raptidons? Black Hole Birdie practicing his hacking in the middle of the street? Stop me if it's one of those, or I'll just keep guessing.
Nope. Yeah, the quotes one. Slug agents, bro.
Sounds as though you've
agents.
already sorted it out yourself. Slug uniforms do seem to go missing from the hotel laundry with impressive regularity. Easy enough for someone to nick a few. Now ask yourself this. Why would anyone give thugs slug gear and send them after you? Right again, Inspector. But I can't fathom who would benefit from tarnishing my reputation like that. Can you? You'd be a fool to believe me, regardless of what I told you. People lie, and I am, incriminatingly, people.
I don't like this guy, man. This guy's really just wording himself real nice. He's buttering himself up. He's like, yeah, he just he knows. The alibi busy murdering someone else.
Which, as I said, you should not trust. If it helps, however, you might consider pursuing not my means, but my motive. Why in the name of the architect would I kill Halcyon Helen? She was making me a fortune. I'm considering a line of commemorative merchandise. Still, that's nothing compared to what Helen would have made us in the long run. I'd offer to assist you in your work, but I have a mystery of my own to solve, I'm afraid.
Like, he's just really fucking good. But then again, I guess he's a crime lord and interrogator. Of course, he's got to be mentally sharp. He's got to, you know, play your own game against you, obviously.
Discrepancy detected.
So it's just in the bathroom.
Transmission endpoint discovered. The receiver in this book matches the transmitter to the listening device found in Cedric's office. It's somewhat grime-covered.
Got shit on it.
Due to the high level of foot traffic in this area, this unit is unable to determine who placed the device.
Follow your tongue, Captain.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Based on the accumulated mix of sludge and detritus,
let me lick it, bro.
the receiver has been present since approximately a week before Helen's death.
Wow. Take that then.
Timeline discrepancy detected. Inspector, this loading automechanical's programming does not match factory default settings. The standard defensive protocol has been modified to include an additional trigger.
Okay. Let's identify the new trigger.
There is a directive in place to initiate defensive protocol should an unsanctioned data log installed in this automechanical be removed.
Right. So if we take... Okay. So if a data log gets taken, it goes hostile. Essentially.
Slug automechanical maintenance records indicate this particular unit is frequently reported as out of position or missing for periods of time. For Type K-19 cargo transport automechanicals, defensive protocol is triggered by attempted interference with cargo, or its transportation, or attempted destruction of the unit. Once triggered, defensive protocol targets the perpetrator and applies lethal force until the target has been deceased for a minimum of 3 minutes.
Access panel is open.
Alright.
Ejecting data log 17C. Alert. Failsafe protocol triggered.
I knew that was
Kill mode initiated. Preparing to end user. Understood. This unit is programmed to facilitate
kill mode
user
paused,
queries.
bro.
Kill mode pause. User termination
Okay.
to follow. The ejected data log contains instructions to move cargo shipment 6, 8, 7, 5 outside the boundaries of the shipping yard. It also contains instructions to move randomized cargo shipments outside the boundaries of the shipping yard at intervals of 1 to 4 days.
Right.
Apologies. This unit does not have access to cargo inventory lists.
Understood. All right, go ahead and pummel me.
Kill mode re-engaged.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Well, thank you.
Heavy. Oh, go.
There we go. Get out of here, bossy.
Oh, window.
Ooh, I love this part. The big reveal. So tell me, what happened? What makes you say that? Hacking the Automex. So that was our skimmer's game. But why? Everything that was stolen has seemed random. I certainly see no pattern. A cover-up. I see. The random theft was a smokescreen to hide what the culprit really wanted. I must say, Inspector, you've done excellent work on this case. Then that just leaves how the culprit knew where their true target would be, or indeed, that slug would soon possess it.
You found your motive, Cedric.
Yes, I suppose we have. There is, however, a slight chronological incongruency to it. I now have a motive to kill Halcyon Helen, but Halcyon Helen is already dead. If I'd known Helen was stealing from me, I may very well have killed her, or had her killed. Alas, I did not.
Power to keep you off his trail. With that in mind, do you think Cedric was responsible for Helen's death? Fair enough, Inspector. I won't try to influence your judgment any more than I already have. Unfortunately, even I don't have the authority to detain Cedric. His line of work is dangerous, though. There's always a chance for an accident. Well, I'm glad to hear that. I've already lost Dr. Blossom and Constable Keene, but at least Cedric's alive. The universe is a just place.
Oh, so now we need... No. I don't want to name the killer. We should have done it, but we sort of confirmed his alibi with Auric. That's fucking mega. And it got fucked. Alright. Right. I think we've looted most of the stuff in here. Alright. Hey, bud. Right.
Welcome back.
Now, and then what I'll do is I'll sell the stuff I just stole back to you. There we go. Alright. Well, I don't need that. I'll sell that to you. You can have that. I don't really need to repair anything. Okay.
Identifying human footprints leading out into the wilderness. It is unusual for productivity disciples to wander more than a few feet from the camp.
Well, they're not mine.
Scanning. No. Helen's distinctive shoe size not found.
Okay.
Judging by footprint depressions and shoe size, these prints were either made by the Prophet of Profitability or Adjutant Sophia Akande. Error. Recalibrating. These footprints were made by the Prophet of Profitability.
Oh, alright.
Additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of Profitability. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Additional tracks belonging to the Prophet of
Another one hit.
Profitability. Timeline. Judging by the shape of this indentation in the dirt, a person of medium height and build laid here for a number of hours, scanning for other details. Only additional signs of disturbance are a few marks in the dirt. No sign of struggle or evidence of wildlife consumption of body. Suspected likelihood of user correctness, 86%.
It is clean. I'm ready to kill German.
Get him, Sam. Yeah, suck his dick.
Great work.
That's why I always pays to look around, man. Just before we carry on with the quest.
Analysis suggests this to be a variety of herbs. Herbs have been uniformly treated with a pungent chemical mix. Warning: ingesting, smoking, or inserting non-corporation sanctioned substances into your ears may be harmful to your health.
Oh, really? Thank you.
Side effects from extended exposure include dizziness, nausea, and unconsciousness. Additional likelihood of organ shutdown and or death.
Fruitful and productive welcome, brother. I had a feeling you would visit me. I offer a wide variety of productivity seminars. I hope you'll consider taking one. But I should remember my manners. To what do I owe the pleasure of the Special Inspector's arrival?
So she knows about us.
My disciples come to and from the Grand Colonial,
Yeah.
bringing supplies and information. Knowing what happens at the hotel affects my livelihood, after all. With that said, I'd love to involve you in one of my productivity
I'm
seminars.
good. I don't...
We should clear you of all those nasty, nasty humors hampering your potential.
I'm good, bro. Your brainwashing is shit.
Absolutely not. Any statements by Ms. Helen about us were blown out of proportion and altered by the media. In fact, she quite recently... excuse me. I seem to be remembering something that never happened.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Whatever
really?
the case,
Okay, then.
I'm sure her speech about us was all a misunderstanding. We may have had some terse interactions before her death, which I most certainly regret.
Oh, of course.
But beyond those, well, never mind.
Well, see, she won't
What
tell
would you
us
care to know?
what they actually spoke about. And she clearly has a motive, because she trashed her in the media about her bullshit thing. So...
Why, I've been at the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve for quite some time now, as my disciples can attest. In fact, I haven't visited the Colonials since I arrived several weeks ago. Bad energies, you understand.
I don't, but still. Yeah, this one.
Oh, terribly sorry if I gave you that impression. I had a cramp. It's better
What
now.
the fuck? I had a
I
cramp.
mean, it might be nice if I had a little inclination of whether the Prophet appreciated all the cooking and cleaning and hours of meditation I do on a daily basis.
Oh no, what have we done?
But whatever she thinks isn't for me to question. I'll do my best to be more chipper. We recently had a high-profile visitor whose presence seemed to alleviate whatever the Prophet's fears were.
Okay.
Oh, you must have misheard me. I said high profile, not had profile. Mr. Woolrich comes by much too often to be worth mentioning.
Okay.
Well, by and large, no. But something rather odd did happen regarding the Prophet recently. A few hours after our high-profile visitor arrived a couple of days ago, the Prophet asked me to take over sessions for the remainder of the day.
Okay.
At first, I was excited. Thought it was my chance to show her what I could do in charge. But then I saw that she was deeply worried about something. No one saw her until the next day.
Who said that? I'll be sure to give them a special
yeah.
seminar on not needlessly implicating the person who puts food on their table. It was a bundle of clothing, brother. Even productivity geniuses need to do laundry from time to time.
Yeah.
I'd say that I have a lot of clothing, but I think you already know that we prophets only have a moderate amount of worldly possessions. I had a visitor, yes, but as it turned out, some of my productivity techniques were too much for them. I had to drag them out by hand.
So in other words,
But
they
their
killed
peers
him.
came and collected them shortly thereafter. I'm sure whichever attendee it was is perfectly safe now. Helen changed her mind and wanted to attend one of my sessions. I, knowing the importance of the seminar, desired to truly galvanize her, though not to stop her heart. So when it came time, I chose to double Helen's dosage of productivity-enhancing herbs. I left her to meditate, and when I returned, she was dead. After that, I entered a less than coherent state. One of my disciples, it seems, witnessed me as I dragged Helen's body out into the wilderness.
That just doesn't seem right, but okay.
Laws, no. I hate guns. If I ever wanted to kill someone on purpose, I would have used a blunt weapon. Nothing quite like clubbing someone over the head.
Great to know. Okay.
I'm no medical professional, but that certainly seemed the case. Usually my customers at least writhe or mumble after a session. My productivity-enhancing herbs typically do induce sluggishness, but I suppose they must have been enough to do her in, if her constitution was truly that weak.
Uh-huh. Or just... talk.
What? Is this some kind of joke? I don't believe you. I think this is all a trick. You're trying to catch me in a lie. Get me to reveal my productivity secrets.
I don't know who she killed, bro, but it wasn't Helen.
No. Someone must have moved it after I killed her. One of my business rivals, waiting for me to fall into a false sense of security so they can strike.
Okay.
No. You can't trick me. I finally discovered what's happening. You've been paid off. Someone else learned that I killed Helen and is going to use that information to blackmail me. You think I'm going to let this injustice happen? Ha! Tell the constable that I killed Helen. It's 1,000 times less miserable than whatever my enemies have planned. You monster! What am I supposed to do now? They'll be here soon. And once they arrive, I'll be powerless. Powerless! I just want to go to prison! Is that so wrong?
Nice work! Head on me, folks!
You repeat.
Coming back in!
Then cleans it up. Pollute and purify.
Everyone all right?
All right.
Spectre? Ms. Leva earned that title, but not for the reasons you'd expect. The profit business has been profitable for the hotel. Not so much for Ms. Leva's followers. So tell me, what did you find? She wants to be arrested. That's not the kind of behavior I expect from a suspect. Perhaps she's carrying a guilty conscience. Does the Prophet strike you as a reasonable candidate for Helen's murderer? I'll bear that in mind.
No, I don't think
Thank
she
you
did.
for the update, Inspector. I'll include everything you've...
Okay. Pretty much everything.
The Grand Colonial Front Desk warmly
Also.
welcomes you, Inspector. It's a pleasure to see you again. How may I be of assistance to you, Inspector?
Okay.
I'd love to, Inspector, but I don't really have the authority. Moreover, the guests were promised exclusivity. If I let you up there, I'll never hear the end of it. I wasn't trying to. You know, now that I think about it, I can get you up to the guest floor. Not trying to cause any trouble, just doing my job.
Uh-huh.
Let me just set you up with VIP guest floor access.
Thank you very much.
Done. You can now come and go as you please. My apologies, Inspector. All right, my supervisor just walked out of earshot. Some folks just don't understand the importance of gossip.
Oh, but we
About
do.
whom? And what would you wish to know? You know, out of everyone here, I probably knew the least about Helen. I'm not much of an Aetherwave watcher myself. And Helen always had a crowd of admirers chasing her, you see. So she rarely stopped to chat. Friendly enough, surely, but always seemed untouchable. Emphasis on seemed. Spencer Woolridge has taken several of her productivity seminars, and look where it got him. Don't waste your time.
Okay.
If looks could kill, he'd have put her in the ground 10 times over. Man's clearly jealous of her success compared to his. See, I'd bet we're the only two people thinking about him in all of Eridanos. And I only am because you mentioned his name. If you leave woolly cow milk out, it turns to curds. Leave the curds out, they begin to get stale, then rot. Woolridge is on his way to the trash bin, and everyone knows it. Either he's in denial, or he knew Helen would be checking out soon, judging by his increasing demands for a room upgrade.
Right. So this guy...
Multiple discrepancies detected. First discrepancy. A woolly cow is present in this hotel
You
room.
fucking genius.
Woolly cows are an import species for the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve and are incapable of affording upper-class accommodations.
Thank you
Second
for
discrepancy. This woolly cow is dangerously inebriated with Rizzo Spectrum vodka.
Okay.
Alcohol sanguinization ratio exceeds recommended maximum.
Oh. Okay.
An accurate observation, Inspector. This woolly cow is suffering from symptoms consistent with a hangover. A brief survey of this area reveals that the most recent occupants were athletes belonging to the Rizzo's Rangers Tossball Club.
Oh, because they stole that woolly cow, didn't they? Yeah. That's why.
Insufficient data.
Yeah.
A brief survey of localized property damage
that's fine.
divided by the area of this room yields the following estimate. This unit was likely occupied by every member of the Rizzo's Rangers. -1.
Okay, so that pretty much cements Black Hole Bertie's alibi. That they got fucking wasted after he got dumped by Halcyon Helen, and then they went and stole a woolly cow, which is right here, and they got it fucking wasted. So that should conclude that. That's fine. Okay. Okay.
Discrepancy detected.
Okay.
This bottle, recently discarded, contains residue from foreign substances. Chemical analysis complete. This unit has detected the following substances: oil, terrare, blood, terrare, unidentifiable biological fluids, terrare.
About time you arrived. I see you haven't dressed the way I asked you to, but I suppose that was expecting too much of a non-industry lout. Expect a complaint to management. Now, unless you'd like to waste more of my time, I suggest we begin rehearsing. Ready? You've fallen right into my trap, Captain. Oh, don't bother to fight back. You cannot hope to stop me from installing philosophism as the system's reigning ideology.
Okay.
How does the scenery taste? Good, I trust? Wait a moment. You're not wearing a bellhop's ID, which must mean you're not Owen's understudy. That man can't even be relied upon to find his own replacement. Needless to say, being able to leave my body helped to mitigate the pain, both during the 8-hour shoot and with the second-degree burns afterwards.
Wow.
I owe that woman much.
Wow. 8 hours of him having to sit there being burned. Okay.
Yeah, actually, only since I've been at the Colonial. The unemployed cometh was shot on sight. That makes it a few weeks. I cannot recommend her services enough. If you haven't been to see her yet, you really should.
Okay.
I'll answer whatever you wish. Oh, come now, Inspector. What do you take me for? I'm an old man. I neither have the time nor the willpower to kill people for fun. Besides, I have my reputation to think of.
That's exactly why I think he did. He could have done it.
Bellamy has been my co-star throughout the autumn of my career. I should like to think I knew her. Indeed. The agonizing bowel pain was most undignifying. While I've certainly had no shortage of inadequate hotel meals, this was most explicitly pronounced. I suspect poison. And who would be most likely to poison me but Chef Anwar? Oh, we've clashed almost non-stop about his slop preparation. He must have tainted my meal in retaliation.
Okay.
None that I can think of. I treat all hotel staff equally, and with the minimum level of respect that they deserve.